And joining me now is Eric Ham, our CTV News political analyst. Eric, thanks as always for joining us.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk quickly a little bit about the interview with ABC on Friday. What'd you think of that?
I don't think it did very much to sway many people. I think there are those who want and need to see far more than what took place on Friday night. I think that was a start, but certainly not the end.
And with Kamala Harris, with the way she's been down in New Orleans drumming up support for Biden, is that surprising?
No, not at all. Essence Fest is an annual confab that takes place every year, and Kamala Harris has been there, I think, every year since she's been in the White House. And also, you have to remember, this is an event which features tens of thousands of Black voters, and we know that it is Black women who are the core base of the Democratic Party right now. And so it makes sense that she would be there engaging and speaking to them. And we also know that next week she will be in Dallas at the convention of her sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha, which is, again, another confab of tens of thousands of Black women where she will be meeting and connecting with. And I think that's her effort to try to continue to ensure that at least the core base is energized.
Now, Democrats, though, since the debate, the calls have grown for the president to step aside. We're hearing more House Democrats calling for it. Was the debate the final straw, or did this just wake a lot of people up?
I think it woke a lot of people up. I think it confirmed the fears that a lot of people had. But look, we also have just gotten new polling data from a Bloomberg Morning Consult poll that shows that Biden is actually leading in Michigan and Wisconsin and has closed the gap in 3 other battleground states. And so that might be enough to begin to actually turn the tide for Biden heading into this next week. We'll, of course, wait and see what more polling data continues to show. But at least right now, what we're seeing is this race is still very tight and very much winnable for Joe Biden between now and November.
Now, and is there the danger of all this dissension amongst the ranks hurting the Democrats come November?
Well, based on what we're seeing right now, the dissension that we're seeing is certainly at the elite level of the Democratic Party. But rank and file Democrats, at least right now, do not appear to be jumping ship, at least based on what polling data is showing us. Of course, I just mentioned that new Bloomberg poll. But in addition to that, we also have seen other polling data from CNN, for example, that showed that the race was virtually unchanged since the debate. So Biden at least has not lost ground. And I think what that suggests is that there is room for him to grow. The question, of course, that many have is, can he? And I think that's where you're seeing so much dissension, is they don't think Biden can actually grow into this candidate to overcome this gap right now between him and Donald Trump.
And now some key House and Senate Democrats going to meet next week. What can we expect from that?
I think we will see more hand-wringing, more efforts to try to move Joe Biden out of this race. And look, this has to happen very quickly because we know that there is a virtual DNC convention that's taking place to satisfy some rules for Ohio. That has to take place before August 7th. So they need to so there's going to be this vote that will take place before then. And so if this is going to happen where Biden is going to step down, it needs to happen much sooner rather than later.
All right, Eric, thank you as always for your insight.
Thank you.
Eric Ham is our CTV News political analyst.